Kamel Wazne in Beirut. He's a political analyst and former professor of international relations and economics at City University of New York. Thank you for joining us here on the program. So a new government is in place, mostly made up of unknown names. This is what protesters asked for. So why have they rejected this new government and continued protesting?
Well, the demonstrator wanted a new, not a new faces. They need a new agenda, and basically those been nominated by the political establishment in Lebanon. Some of them were their advisor to some of the political establishment, and it's a really narrow definition of a government right now in Lebanon. So there was some people, a lot of people were not very happy at this point with the government. Despite that, I think we have to give it the benefit of the doubt, at least at the early days when we have really an economic crisis at our hand. The financial system in Lebanon is really melting down. Our trust has been diminished, and we need actually urgent measure to rectify the situation. So we need a government at least to act with the international community to bring new laws and to bring transparency so we can gain some of the trust. I don't know if that's going to happen. It seems there's voices on the street. They're not very happy with the new government, and we're going to see probably some escalation on the street. We're going to see today because there were some calls for further demonstration. So Lebanon is in a difficult position where we have a new government, but we have other entity on the street. They're not very satisfied with the selection of this government.
Right, the government will meet for the first time Wednesday, today. But how effective do you think this new government will be in tackling the issues facing Lebanon, such as the economy and fixing the collapsing economy? I mean, do you think this is mission impossible?
Well, it seems it's going to be very difficult to get anything done at this point without the help of the international community. You have to see how much support it gets from the regional power, from the international power, because we all know that our banking system is close to bankruptcy. We don't have a lot of money. We've been running a bad economic system for a very long time, and we need some restructuring for our debt. I don't know how much we can carry this restructuring. If we agree on this restructuring between the internal restructuring, the external restructuring, are we able to pay the debt? Because there is conflicting guidance how to proceed from here. But we know one thing, that the cash is very low within the government. So any mistake at this point will be very costly. Otherwise, we have to go to the IMF and the international community. I'm not sure they want to help us at this point, and how much cash they have available for the country. We have squandered a lot of opportunity in Lebanon, so we have to see if this little time can be a new road for recovery. I doubt it with this high tension that existed, that we can move forward without a major support from the international community, especially from major donors who've been reluctant to give us some money because of our inability to combat corruption and to combat reform in the country. It's very hard to work in Lebanon in the climate that we are in, because the change, the reform is hard to come by, and that's why probably people on the street were not very satisfied, because the establishment brought those advisors and made them ministers, and they fear the status quo will be the same and no change. But despite all of that, we have to put a positive face and give them some time to work.
All right, and we'll leave it there. Kamel Wazne live in Beirut. Thank you.